Hello everyone, this is me Arav, and today we are going to be talking about the Hit era characters. These are the characters that were introduced in the Hit era, and don't worry, I will review the new Thomas review on my second channel. But today we're gonna just take a look at all the characters that were introduced in this new Hit era. And we're going to review them all. So let's get into it. So first up, we have Molly. And Molly is a pretty good character, although she was barely acknowledged anyway. And I really like her as a character. Molly is good, she's fun, and I just wish they continued to use her to this day. They could have added her to the Steam team instead of, I don't know, I guess, Rebecca, because they're both yellow and have similar personalities. In fact, there was even this fan-made story called Two Yellow Friends, and it was about Rebecca and Molly's relationship. But yeah, so overall, I like Molly, and yeah. Then there's Mighty Mac, and Mighty Mac is okay, I guess. They're okay. They're average as characters. I mean, they're not bad, but on the other hand, there's not much like that makes them like the best characters ever. Their debut episode was quite annoying when they just did the back and forth thing. Only that, and that was repeated in Love Me Tender, only much better. And so that is my thoughts on Mighty Mac as a character. And Mighty Mac's idea is really a interesting one. So that's all I gotta say about Mighty Mac. Then there's Neville. And Neville's a good character. Well, I do have to admit his debut episode was terrible, I guess. He's still a good character as he is. I like Neville. He's got a cool design, and he's a really good character, and a good one to go with Thomas. Neville is a character who never really appeared that much. He had one non-speaking role in season 11, and then he had a minor role in Best Friends. But that was it for Neville, really. We didn't get much out of this character. And I really think we could have seen more of him later. And Neville's got a cool square body. I mean, it's a cool design for a steam engine. And I know he has a basis. He's not a free-lace design. But he looks pretty good. And you feel sorry for him because the Diesels are the bullies in him, and so are the Steamies. And that's all I have to say about Neville, really. He's a good character. Then there's Prometheus, and he's a good character. He's spooky themed, and it's good because Halloween is in 13 days, I think. Yeah, 14 days until Halloween. So this is a good time to be making this video. But Proteus is a pretty creepy and good character, and I like him. Yeah, I like him. And he's pretty creepy. He actually appears in Mountain Marvel as a statue. He doesn't appear as an actual engine, but he just appears as a statue. But I like him. And yeah. And then there's Dennis. I really like Thomas because he is a good character. I mean Dennis because he's a good character. Dennis is funny and he's very relatable. I mean, you've all had those days when you're like, oh, I don't want to do work. I just want to sleep lazily. And so Dennis is a very relatable character that can go with that story. Or I mean, no other character is as likable and fun as Dennis in the hit era. I mean, take it this way, most of the other characters were unlikable. And I really like it as what it is because Dennis is funny. He's a fun character. And I just love to watch Dennis do what he does. And he's a good character. And that's all I have to say about Dennis. Then there's Jeremy. And he's a good character. He's really boring, but at the same time, he's interesting. I mean, aside from Harold and Tiger Moth, he's the only established character. But Tiger Moth and Harold are jet planes, and jet planes are really interesting and cool. So Jeremy's a cool character. He's cool, and he has a pretty sick design, to be clear. It's a sick design that no one has ever seen before. But on the other hand, he doesn't really get that much character development. We don't see him that much, and the last time we see him is in season 20 when but they don't even show him in CGI. They just show his Trackmaster model and don't mention him by the name, Jeremy. They just say Hero would take it to the airport on the mainland, and from there, it would travel by plane to the North Pole. So it doesn't say Jeremy or anything, and Jeremy's got a pretty sick design, actually. I like it, but Jeremy's not the best character ever. He's not the best character, but he's not the worst character either. And those are my thoughts on Jeremy. Then there's Freddy, and I'm not happy with this character's functions. Like, he doesn't make sense as a character, but he makes sense as, I guess he makes sense as, I don't know, I guess he's just a good character, but he doesn't make sense. Like, how does he know Sir Handel, but he doesn't know Rheneas or Scarlotti? That's just dumb. I mean, come on. Why does he not know Rheneas or Scarlotti, but he knows Sir Handel? I mean, Sir Handel was on the mid-Sora back then, and so it doesn't make sense. But Freddy is a good character in general, really. And that's all I gotta say for him. Then we have Rocky. And Rocky is a good character. I think he would have been better if he wasn't introduced in the worst episode in the eternity of this franchise. He would have been better if that wasn't the case, but he's still a good character. He's still heavily used to this day. He's going to appear in the Marvelous Machinery Part 1, I think Part 1. And I think he's also going to appear in James the Super Engine, The Inventor's Spectacular Bridge, and he made a short appearance in Emily to the Rescue. So he's a character who's still heavily used to this day. He's likable, but on the other hand, I still think that they could have improved his debut episode because it's the worst one in the show. Then there's Rosie, who is an absolutely terrific character. She's the best one introduced in this era. She is a character who's still heavily used to this day. I mean, she has no purpose. And she was the perfect character to pair up with Edward if they could have bothered for it. But she's an amazing character. Without doubt, she's the best of the Medusa. Amazing. She's an impressive character, and we've never seen one like her before. That's why I like her so much. She isn't like the character who has like the most, I don't know, I guess, hold on, let me put it this way. She doesn't really have that much of a purpose, but she's still amazing with or without a purpose. And she's an American design, which is really cool. Then there's Whiff. He's a good character, and he is a really cool design because, for one, he wears glasses. He wears glasses, and not many engines have that kind of design with glasses. I mean, like the only other character in the TV series with eyewear, like Whiff and Darcy are the only characters with eyewear. Whiff is the only model character with eyewear, and he's the only character with eyewear that is an engine. He's cool, and you really like the guy because he doesn't care about what others say. He doesn't care about what others say about him working in the waste stop. He doesn't care. Instead, he does his job proudly. I really like Whiff.
Can you turn the light here?
Shush. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But then there's Hector, and Hector is a very interesting character indeed, because there's no other character like Hector with the persona that Hector has, really. The persona that Hector has is a funny one, and he's the only non-troublesome truck on the Fat Controller's Railway. And you've all had lots of fears. Here's a story of one of my fears. When I was little, I wouldn't uncurl my toes. Like, basically, I kept my toes like curled, and then my parents had to put socks on me, and it was like a literal fear that I didn't grow out of until I was like 4, I think. It was a really 4 or 5, I think. Yeah, I was 5, 2014. But it was a really terrible fear that I got. That it was gonna hurt, but it's really funny. You can learn more about that story later. Then there's Billy, the worst. He's just a pointless merchandising character. He was introduced for merchandising purposes. Merchandise only. Merchandise only. There's no purpose for Billy but selling their special private jets, talking wooden railway, and they're just special private jets that he was created for. What a terrible character. Really stupid. Although he has a cool design and is kind of cool, and he was supposed to appear in the 13th season, but they dropped him and replaced him with Charlie. Then there's Madge. And she is rather annoying. I like the idea of a road vehicle exclusive to the Scarlet Railway, but what we got was rather annoying. She's really annoying, and she didn't get a proper intro, especially in Wash Behind Your Buffers. She's a rather annoying character. That's all I gotta say about Madge. Madge, the pointless character. Then there's Stanley. He's a cool character. He's likable and he's really cool. He has a cool design, and I like him. He's a cool character. That's what I like about him. I like him because he's cool. He's just cool. And silver is a shiny color. He's likable and he's cool. Thomas Wooden Railway had a episode centered around Stanley where he wanted to get a makeover. That's not Stanley's character, but I like Stanley as a character. Then there's Hank, and Hank is a pretty interesting character. He has a cool design and he's American. And I really think you feel sorry for the guy because Thomas thinks he's teasing him. And I'm going to attempt to think, howdy, Thomas. Howdy, Thomas. Howdy. XD, LOL. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on Hank as a character. And then we have Colin. He's a rather bland and unsensed character, really. For example, he's Freddy's good friend, but he only appears in one episode. That doesn't make sense. He was originally supposed to appear in King of the Railway, working at Ulstead Castle, but due to the arc switch, they cut that. But they cut that. I think it was mainly due to the arc switch. The arc switch, because it was, and that's all I gotta say about Colin. He's bland, he's boring, and he doesn't make sense. And lastly, there is Flora, the most boring character of the new series. So take a look at Flora. This is Flora. She has less of a personality, and she just follows Thomas around the island. Another tram engine would have been a great opportunity for the TV show, because Toby's the only tram, and this new tram would have been a great opportunity for the TV show. But they didn't take advantage of that opportunity, and instead they just introduced Flora, wrote her in one episode, and then goodbye, Flora. It's really stupid, I think. They could have given Flora more of a character and purpose, and then she would have been a good character. But no, she's just pointless merchandising filler. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell. New content every day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.